I am here, a Sin City Live episode. I usually interview musicians of all sort, but this is a special one. I'm here with the Superbeast. We have I would consider like a luchador or a wrestler, right?
Yeah, I'm a hybrid.
But how do you, what does that term mean to you, or lucha mean to you, I guess?
Lucha Libre is completely different than pro wrestling. There
Okay.
are two completely different sports, two different styles, two different sets of rules.
More lucha, for people who aren't familiar, has more
Cultural.
aerial type flying.
Oh yeah, it's more high flying, and it's really huge, and it's part of like Mexican culture.
Yeah, bro, exactly.
Huge.
Hey, so I found your account originally from Dark Neon Photos, I think, up in Reno, and they're taking pics, and I was like, damn, this is cool. I like luchador, I like wrestling, so I followed you from there. Man, I'll let you, promote and talk some of your shit if you want to introduce yourself, bro.
My name is the Superbeast. I'm an international superstar and masked wrestler. I've wrestled from America, Mexico, Japan, Philippines, Germany, Austria.
Hell yeah, international.
Yeah, just kind of been a little bit everywhere, Puerto Rico to Hawaii, and everywhere in between.
The mutual connect we have is Las Vegas here. I'd asked how have you ended up here, or do you like living here, training here, or what does it mean to you to stay here, and represent some of Vegas stuff?
Well, I got to admit, I am a transplant.
Okay.
I'm not from Las Vegas originally.
Hey, that's all right.
I'm from Northern California, and I didn't like it there. I didn't like just the state. I didn't like the wrestling culture. I didn't like a lot of things about living in California. I didn't like
egos, like we were mentioning beforehand, or
there were egos, and it was just headaches, and just being an entertainer. Like Sacramento wasn't an ideal spot to launch from, to actually make moves. So in 2018, I came to Las Vegas, and I haven't regretted it. There hasn't been one day that's come where I said, fuck, I really wish I didn't do that. So it's been a success across the board, not just in wrestling, but, just entertainment, self-promotion, making money, like just across the board. Like it went from my career to we launched a wrestling company briefly.
Are you still doing I saw an old interview too from a couple years ago. You were doing a training facility or training other fighters. Are you still?
No, not anymore. We did that for a while, and then my work had picked up so much in Mexico. I just moved back. Like I've lived in Mexico back and forth. And during that time, we started the training facility. I was living in Tijuana, and I'd come back to Las Vegas, and I lived here for a while. Then I'd go back to Mexico for a while. Then I'd come back here for a while.
A lot on your plate.
And then back, my workload just picked up, all over goddamn Latin America.
Yeah.
With the occasional trip to Europe or Japan or whatever, and it was just like, okay, I don't have time to be here. Like we gotta wrap it up.
Was it a positive experience, or were there any other wrestlers you were able to work with that are still working or doing anything today you'd like to mention?
Yeah, like at the time it was me and a Grizzly Cowjack ran it, Otto Von Clutch, Anthony Rivera played a part.
Okay.
Steven Tresario.
Yeah, a lot of
we had there was like this little group of dudes that came out with me from Northern California. They all came out, other wrestlers. We just kind of launched our own thing and kind of went against the grain, broke the rules. Pro wrestling has its traditions and things are supposed to be done this way, and we were just kind of like, fuck that, we're going to do it our way.
Sort of, what do they say, unwritten rules of things behind the scenes. Man, I like to try and think of some more things. Okay, with that, you say people in Latin America like your stuff because of the mask, I'm assuming, right? With the lucha crossover.
My look, my style. And
is there, with lucha, the unwritten rules, like, have you been demasked, or have you done a mask versus mask or anything like that, or any interest in it?
Maybe if the price. I mean, mask versus mask. If I was going to lose my mask, I mean, that's all behind the scenes and all business talk.
Okay.
I'd be open to an idea, but it would have to be a sit down business.
Is there not a specific opponent you would like to try and demask or do a match or something like that? It
doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like, to me, here's another thing too. It's like I'm an American legit, so like my identity's already known. Everyone. It doesn't take a lot of research to go find my real face.
Yeah, it's not like Bruce Wayne, Batman.
So it's not, to me, it's like not as much of a loss. If anything, they'd be taking my mask as a trophy. Not really revealing my identity. It's like I've taken the mask as a
souvenir thing.
So it's like, to me, it's like, it's something I got. I'm not a traditional, Mexican. I'm an American. I'm a Mexican American, but I'm still an American. You know what I mean? So my culture culturally, I've already shot myself in the foot when it came to the whole identity thing.
I kind of think you were, instead of shooting yourself in the foot, you're kind of like in both worlds, though. You know what I mean? The wrestling and lucha, like it's opened up both those opportunities.
Well, it's that and music too, like the punk rock side of things.
Oh yeah, of course. You're saying, shout out, what's his name?
Mecha Wolf. Oh yeah, no, Mecha Wolf. That's my fucking brother, man.
Yeah,
you know,
hey, we can talk music too. I mean, that's what
we've gone on tour with Doyle, Cancer Slug, and we've done some. You know, we've played the Whiskey a Go Go. We've done Mexico City, Monterey. You know, we've.
Hey, is it a different mindset of performing wrestling in front of an audience versus music, or is it?
It's It's still entertainment. You know, you still have to focus on what you're doing, and everyone has a part to play. You know, and everyone has their cues, their keys. You know, and. You know, when the curtain draws and we all got a time we got to stick to. It doesn't matter what line of entertainment you're in. There's still a time. You got a time to follow, and
get off.
You got a job. You got to deliver. You know what I mean? You got to get in, deliver, do it. Not too fast. Don't take too long, and just be out right on time with the right impact, intent, and impact left behind.
Right. Hey, the right audience reaction. They say too. And I wanted to try and prepare some questions. One of the questions I had was, is there a favorite crowd reaction from any matches or places you've been, or a favorite place or experience you had? You know,
there's too many. I mean, it's just really, it's like when you're in the zone, you're wrestling, you hit like a crazy move or a crazy spot, or ridiculous, powerful slam of some type, and the crowd goes nuts. You just
they all get up on their feet.
It's the roar of the crowd. You know, it's one of the most dangerous drugs on the planet. You get addicted to the roar, especially when you have thousands of people doing it. You know, and it like. You just get addicted to it. That's like all you want to do.
Euphoric type feeling a little bit.
It is, and it will suck you in. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean that in the good ways, and I mean that in the bad ways. It'll
intoxicating.
Get your hooks into you. It'll like a goddamn monkey on your back. You know, like a goddamn addiction. You know what I mean? You have to have that roar. You get this really big high. Then when the show's over, it's like that dopamine crash when you're just back at the hotel room. You know, and the excitement's over. There's no more lights.
These people around don't even know I was,
And then all of a sudden you're back. Yeah, you're back to just, back at your hotel, quiet, getting up, walking to get some tacos, back to your room. Just two different worlds, like a lot of my buddies think I live like this wild, crazy life, and it's like, dude, I am like one of the most boring dudes you will ever meet.
They have an image of how you are before they meet you, yeah?
Okay, it's like, I bet you're traveling. You're always like, dude, it's all for work. And I'm like, what do you do in your free time? I don't leave my house. I go to the gym. I go to the grocery store. And I don't do anything.
That's what a professional does. You're focusing on your career, your business aspect, your professional life. Here, I can hold the mic too. I mean to make you hold it the whole time. Hey, okay, I wanted to say this question as well is, what keeps you going then? What keeps you with performing, promoting wrestling? And I was looking at videos. I was like, damn, I had to realize 15, 13 years ago matches, you know what I mean? So just dedicated, bro.
Well, it's kind of like this. It's like, it's like any job, everyone's like, oh, it's amazing what you do. It's crazy. But like any job, even if you love it, after a while, it's just a job, and like any job, if you make it a career, there's a level of commitment you give it. There's sacrifices you made. There's losses you've had to take on the road to get to where you're at. Now, whether I love it or I like it that night, I just remember, like, I prayed to be here. I gave up a lot to be here. In order, if I were to quit and walk away, then it really would have all been for nothing.
It's a goal for yourself then, right? It's your own.
It's just be the best I can, have fun with it, but, you can't beat Father Time, like I'm a middle-aged man. Yeah. So hey, my days are numbered.
You can talk about that too if you want. What are some of the greater dangers or things you wish you could have told yourself, I guess, when you were starting out? You know what I mean?
Wrap your knees more.
Oh yeah, hey,
wrap your knees, tape your knees before matches. Wear more compressions. I would just wear knee pads. And it wasn't so much like I tore both my biceps, but it's like the knee injury that really set me back. You know what I mean?
How long of a, if you don't mind me asking, how long of a recovery was that, or what was that process like?
I had a torn MCL, ACL, and meniscus with the mild dislocation of the knee.
Okay.
And so it happened during a match. Me and my brother were fighting, me and Mecha Wolf.
Yeah.
And we did a dive out spot, and right at the beginning of the match, right into the crowd, he dove out, hit me, crowd, chairs, and my knee was just
apart. When you feel something that doesn't feel right in a match, you know right away.
Oh, it was instant pain. I couldn't walk. It was, we still did the match, right? Because like hopping on one leg, trying to do it. It was bad.
That's dedication, man.
It was bad.
And then on the flip side, I want to say, what are some of the highlights instead of injuries? What are some of the best moves you thought might hurt you, but you landed it, and you're like, you know, it went better than you thought?
They all hurt.
Okay.
You know, I wish I could give you like, oh, I thought it was hard, but it was. I mean, there's every one of them's some degree of impact to some part of your body that you may not feel at that time or that moment, but the next day or over the course of years, like, you know, I just feel like I've been hit by a car, like maybe not a fast car, like 20 miles an hour, just enough to hit me over the hood.
Or you just been hit by cars like 100 times, you know what I mean? I don't know how many shows you've done, bro.
Broken, you know, definitely broke off, you know what I mean? So it's, you know, there's pain.
Yeah. But pain is you see it as an obstacle, or you're able to get over it, or how do you mentally train?
It's a reality check, you know what I mean? It's like, especially as I get older. When I was younger, it'd be whatever, push through, train through, work through, wrestle
or use it
through.
as like a motivation, probably, huh?
Now it's just like, dude, you're getting old, calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
You know, chill out, back off the dial. Like,
do you have doctors that are mad at you, or any behind the scenes that people are
I have a doctor. I got my Dr. Hugo down in Mexico City.
That's right.
He's an ace in the hole. Dr. Hugo rebuilt my knee.
There you go.
One of the best sports medicine doctors in that region of the country. And he's also like the lead doctor for all professional fights, like MMA fights, Thai fights.
I'm glad you brought that up. Man, that's what I needed to remind myself. Is there a lot of crossover in Vegas too between all the other fighting sports, boxing and UFC and all that, and wrestling too, or do those worlds interact at all?
Sometimes they do, not too often. You know, I mean, wrestling's its own cult in Las Vegas. You know what I mean? I don't really work out here. I live here, but I don't work here.
I was trying to explain that to my dad, how there's different indie labels and stuff.
It's just, if you go to one Vegas show, you've been to all of them. You know what I mean? Because it's nothing against the wrestlers. You know, some of them are really good, some are not.
Right.
You know, but it's the same guys on the same show, 3-4 shows a weekend, every weekend. So
the same production.
These are all different productions, different companies.
Same wrestlers.
So it becomes watered down, recreated. There's nothing really new to see.
What would you like to see the future of wrestling? Would you like to see anything change, or what would you like to see from new wrestlers coming up?
Just from the wrestler to the promoter, invest more money into the product. You know, if you're a promoter, invest money into your company and what you're showing. If you're a pro wrestler, invest money in yourself and what you're wearing. You know, your presentation. You know, don't look like, you know, if you walk out, I look like a pro wrestler. I got the cool kick pads, custom trunks, custom masks.
Yeah, the mask fits well too, you know.
Everything's like custom fit to my body. And you get a lot of guys that come out, they went to Hot Topic, they went to Spencer's, and
every Halloween, right?
Halloween, and it's like, it's not very unprofessional. It's like, spin them, get in shape, you know.
I see that with the I'm not a wrestler, I'm not trying to call out wrestlers, but you know the wrestler El Santo with the silver mask. I see so many people with the silver mask. I'm like, we can't all be El Santo.
You know what I mean? El Santo. You know, a lot of wrestlers, they all want to be, you know, it gets really unoriginal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's really not, everybody has they're just a regular person. You know, wrestling was built off characters, you know.
I wanted to ask about, I guess your character too, a little bit then, with the skull aesthetic or the skeleton aesthetic. How did that find you, and what does that mean to you?
Just my personality in general. You know, like they always say, like the best wrestling gimmick to have is yourself times 1,000. So essentially, I'm just dressing like I would normally dress, minus the mask, but I still wear black. Everything I have has skulls. I mean, it's just my personality.
Like a gothic type, or you know what I mean. I don't want to put you in a box.
I mean, to a sense, you know, or heavy metal, death metal,
or punk rock, or any of that stuff, right?
And that, you know, I'm just one of those guys. Like, my life's always been like that, and then my character itself, it's just me times 1,000. You know, like I'm already you know, meathead, brute, you know, will fight everybody in the block kind of guy. You know what I mean? 3 times that, and I'm just a raging monster with the mask, you know.
I wanted to ask your opinions because, well, now I'm here with the wrestler and the skull mask. What do you think about the like Penta or some of the other ones who do like skull face paint instead of a mask?
Penta's awesome.
Yeah, okay.
No, I know him in real life.
I'll dap you up with that, man.
No,
because I like Penta a lot.
I know him in real life. You can go look at my social media. You can find the pics.
Okay.
Penta's awesome. His makeup, his whole gimmick's awesome. His style's awesome. Like, that's the dude. He started, selling merchandise and masks in Arena, Mexico, being just a vendor.
When we talk about original,
him and his brother wanted to, they wanted to do lucha. They started training in the streets, and it went from there to where they are now. They blew through every major company on the planet, all the way. I mean, from AAA to CMLL.
Yeah,
they went through AEW.
Did you ever watch the Lucha Underground when that was on TV at all?
That's one of my big inspirations came from there.
Yeah,
it was Mil Muertes, Ricky Banderas.
Yeah, that was a good series, man.
With time, like, he inspired my character. But that's also like a big brother to me, one of my best friends. Like,
Mil Muertes, he's a huge guy too.
We trained together. I can show you a whole montage of me and that dude training, traveling, and eating food. Like, that's like my big bro, the big brother in Mexico City. I
like the looks that Lucha Underground had, or like, you don't see a lot of like, guys like yourself that are built wrestlers. You know what I mean? Like, do you have any, I guess, thoughts on that, or wrestlers who aren't working out as much, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, we had a long phase of where just like anybody could be a wrestler. And I think right now with the direction of the business, they're going back more towards being in shape and big powerhouse dudes, is where it's starting to see more of a rise of that, which I'm happy. I wish it happened maybe like 6-7 years ago,
right,
when I was at my peak, instead of the back end of my career. But there's been a rise of the big dude. It's happening. It's on its way back.
I'm trying to think of some other names from Lucha Underground. Mil Muertes.
Brian
There's
Cage.
The who was the Matanza?
Oh,
right?
that was Jeff Cobb.
Yeah,
that's another one of my boys. We trained together. We came up in Sacramento together.
That's right. Okay, well, I guess I could ask, who are some other luchadors or wrestlers you've enjoyed working with, or maybe matches against?
Jacob fought too.
Okay.
Ricky Banderas, Mil Muertes, the big brother. Mecha Wolf, he's a blast. Alberto Del Rio.
Hell yeah.
Dos Caras.
Mil Muertes, he wrestles with and without the mask too, right? I don't want to.
Ricky Banderas.
Okay, shout out.
Macias, he's the creamy one.
Yeah, I'm just happy you brought that name up, man. Shit, that was.
There's only one Ricky Banderas.
Is there any wrestlers you haven't gone in a match against that you would have liked to, maybe, or would still want to?
One of the guys I wanted to work, I never got a chance to. He's injured now. I don't know. He may make a comeback. Was Chris Bay.
Okay.
He's also from Sacramento, but he was, his style of wrestling, his high flying moves, and me being a strong base and a powerhouse, we would have. Our styles would have meshed really well. A
nice dynamic.
I think we would have had a really good, like, a holy shit match.
What styles don't work well with your style then?
People who forget what they're doing and are just they're out of shape. They get blown up in the ring, and it's just like
they get slammed and they're like, oh shit.
Or they want to try to memorize. They call a match, and they're guys that want to call things and memorize the whole wrestling match, and which is trash. And it's like, I don't do that. Like, I'll see you out there, bud.
So when if you could explain to some people outside the ring, if you're in a match, are there moves that you can start to do or another wrestler can see and then work off of from there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. If you got the people in the ring are really good and they're really trained, you could read each other.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Especially if if we have history of being around each other, working, being on shows together,
right?
And we've have had matches in the past. We kind of know how that person moves. You know what I mean? So you don't really. There's nothing really to talk about. It's like other than
like a language between you guys. You know what I mean?
It's just body language. You know what I mean? It's really not even cues. It's just looking and knowing what the other person's going to do and how they think.
And I wanted to ask too, treading into the next question, kind of my last one too. What are some of your highlights or best matches then, or people you've worked or had the best match with that you feel?
The biggest match of my life was in Japan, Kawasaki, Japan, against Onita.
Oh, wow.
And it was a Japanese landmine death match with the explosions and fire and all the crazy shit. And I got to hit. I'm one of like a handful of Americans that have ever hit Onita with an exploding baseball
Japan
bat.
has the over the top production every time I see where they do the spinners with the flames.
Oh, it's huge, you know, and they don't have a lot of they don't have safety laws like they do in America.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's what it is then, right?
So it's kind of like, holy
have
fuck.
you done any what are some crazy entrances you've done, I suppose, or any favorite if there are any?
There's been a few. Like I've done like the shoulder pass, come in on the smoke. I got that my trike with the skulls. You know, I've done a ride up on.
Yeah, you know, like Ghost Rider.
I've had fire. You know.
Hell yeah. What is there any anything you like coming in more, or does it change per match? You know what I mean? Or I don't know.
I like to switch it up. So I don't like having the same look of different shows. Okay. I gotta like wearing the same gear, the same mask, same. I like to switch everything up and always get new stuff and a new look.
Hey, I want to ask, I guess, about your look or your equipment. My bad, I kind of keep just thinking of stuff to ask. How do you get some of this stuff custom made, or you know what I mean?
Mexico.
Who do you go to?
Mexico. I get everything. Now I'm to the point now. All my merchandise, my mask, anything I wear, my kick pads, you know, knee pad, everything. It's all custom made in Mexico.
Hell yeah!
I got guys that make it for me. Go make my order. Pick up, you know, a bag of masks, new trunks, new kick pads.
How many masks do you say you have?
A lot.
Okay, you're not a specific.
I don't
like over under 100 or.
Oh no, not that many.
Not that many.
Like
okay,
that, but there's probably like 20 something. 30
okay.
Something.
Damn.
You know, I give them away to my friends and family, and every now and then I'll sell one, but it's rare.
Do they have sentimental value to you?
Yeah, I just like to hold on to them, you know. But every now and then, like at our show, someone will they'll offer me a number I can't say no to. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you $300 for your mask. It's like,
oh, hey, bro,
all right,
for a mask, all right. You could go make another one.
Yeah,
you know,
pretty much. Yeah.
Hey, damn, that's what's up for your fans too, as well. Any crazy fan experiences or people that have gone like above and beyond or cool experiences at any shows?
In Mexico, it was cool because I'd get a lot of gifts. Right. You know, it's crazy doing a big show. You're wrestling thousands of people, you know, fight Alberto Del Rio, the footage. It's already a mind-blowing experience.
Hell yeah.
And then you go to leave at the end and there's thousands of fans waiting and they have like portraits that they painted of you.
Oh,
yeah. Things that they made for you.
Fan art and stuff.
Fan art, but I'm talking really, really good, high quality. Like, holy crap. Like,
hell yeah.
I could spend money on this. Like this.
And then you hold on to that or you keep that all in?
It's memorabilia through my house. I hang it up, you know.
Hell yeah.
Like, people are like, oh, you know, a lot of people, like even my daughter will say, it's like, oh, I walk in, my dad's conceited. He just has pictures of himself.
a little narcissistic.
He's a narcissistic. Yeah, I was like, no, like people make this stuff for me.
Well, you kind of have to be, I guess, to be in entertainment.
You know, you have to be it's egotistical.
Your fan, right?
Pro wrestling, lucha libre, you know, it's an egotistical sport. It's egotistically driven and it's filled with egotistical people.
Yeah, that's how it is. You know
that's
what I mean?
Welcome to entertainment. Nothing's changed.
Yep. Hey, all right. I appreciate you for your time. Is there also anything you would like to make sure you mention or promote, or people you want to shout out, I suppose, or anything upcoming?
Just my family, you know. Family's in this business.
Holiday season right now.
You know, Mecha Wolf, you know, Ricky Banderas, Cal Jack, my daughter. You know, there's Timmy Steven Cesario, Anthony Rivera, Mike Rain, Chupacabra.
If you don't mind me,
George in Puerto Vallarta. Love you, brother.
I don't mean to interrupt. I guess kind of last question is, if you don't mind me asking, balancing personal life or you're a dad and then wrestling, you know what I mean? Has that been a challenge or
not really?
It or what?
Not really. I mean, you know, I'm a dad first.
Yeah,
you know,
always family first. That's what
dad first, and the wrestling. You know, that just kind of, you know, second. And, you know, as long as it doesn't get in the way of being a dad, it's cool.
Hell yeah. Would you say? Okay, here's a question then, because I have my own siblings, my own family. Wrestling being harder than being a dad, or being a dad harder than wrestling? Or are they equal?
Being a that's hard.
Yeah.
Wrestling. That's, you know. It's a job. It's an occupation. It's fun. It's a hobby. It's
a little bit of tough. Being a dad, physically
like being tough. A dad is like, you know, that's every day until you're dead. That's a lifetime commitment. You know, wrestling. You know, eventually I'm going to get old. I'm not going to wrestle anymore. But I'm going to be a dad until I'm dead.
Right. Hey, I figured I would ask because I haven't. I thought you don't think about too many people outside in their personal life. You know what I mean? Outside of wrestling and everything. I appreciate for your time. Oh, and then. where can people follow you at, or what platforms are you on?
I'm just on, Instagram. I am the Superbeast. Like I am the Superbeast.
That's right. No promo on TikTok or YouTube or anything like that?
No, I mean, I never got into it. Like, I'm old.
Yeah,
It's after my time, and it's just I barely got the energy to juggle like Facebook and Instagram.
Oh no, I get it. Keeping up with even like 2 or 3 social media apps is like overwhelming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like as you get older, it becomes less and less relevant. And like I said, I'm on the back side of the hill, so it really doesn't. Just have fun. I'm just having fun with it while I can, because it ain't too much more time.
Life is short, you know. It's like I just appreciate you being down to do the interview. I just like wrestling like anyone else, you know. I'm assuming that's kind of how you got into it.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. It's just
absolutely
fans of it first.
Huge fan. I was a teenager during the Attitude Era.
Oh,
like
okay.
Me, yeah,
damn,
when I was like
that's the right era.
15, 16, 17, 18, me and my friends were getting drunk in my living room watching wrestling, and then when the show was over, we'd just destroy my living room wrestling.
I should ask who some of your favorites were then growing up then.
It just depends what phase. Like when I was a little kid, obviously it was Hulk Hogan out the gate. Then during that transitional point when the Ultimate Warrior came, like I was really into the Ultimate Warrior because he was jacked and huge. I was like,
he has a look too, like
I wanted
colors and everything, man. He's
I wanted that huge body look. It was awesome. Then my teenage years during the Attitude Era, you had like Stone Cold and The Rock. Then when Kane first made his appearance, he was doing all the crazy drop kicks and Ranas. Like he was being high flying.
The mask when
he had the mask, but he was doing like cruiserweight moves when he just to make that initial like holy crap.
Fuck yeah, man. Do you like Boogeyman? The Boogeyman?
Oh yeah, I've wrestled him. I've wrestled him. I've eaten the worms. I've had to eat the worms.
Fuck yeah, that's what's up, bro.
I have eaten the worms. I got pictures of that one.
Yeah, I guess wrestlers who take it to the next level too. That shit's really dope, man. Hey, appreciate you for the for the time and everything. I was gonna snatch this back. And if you want to take any photos or something too, that's that, bro. Hey, y'all, like.